Hello class, this is the continuation of part 3 where we get some new gear. So let's go ahead and take off this part of the Crimson set so we can fast roll. And we're going to go grab a secret stash of Petrus's that gives us a new weapon, the talisman I was telling you about earlier, as well as a few items we can use to invade other people's worlds should we want to. So yeah, just jump down that elevator shaft there, and here's a whole bunch of chests. Go ahead and open this one. This is an invasion item we can use to invade other people's worlds, but only once. This is a morning star and a talisman. The morning star has a bleed effect, so I'm going to show you that now. If you hit people enough with the morning star, it can cause bleed, which does massive damage. You can see that at the bottom under auxiliary effects. But we're going to go ahead and equip that for now. So, yeah, that was me being stupid. So we can do a mid-roll. So we're just going to go ahead and take off the gloves. And we can do a fast roll. So over in this chest here is some homeward bones. These can be used to teleport to the last bonfire you rested at. And these are Lloyd's talismans. When you use them on someone, it prevents them from using their Estus flask, which is very nice when you're fighting undead soldiers and stuff who have Estus flasks and can use them against you. So we're just going to go ahead and run back from the catacombs really quickly because, well, you don't want the skeletons chasing you all day. So go ahead and reset the bonfire, which sets them back to their original positions. And there we go. So, actually while we're here, let's go ahead and grab this item. That's 3 Humanities. As I said earlier, we'll talk about this later. Video 5, I believe, we'll talk more about online interactions once we get there. And let's explore Firelink a bit while we're here. Yeah. Although first, yeah, let's go ahead and run down here. I have a very nice item to show you that requires you to run through enemies that you cannot block or attack right now, but it will be useful later in the game. Messages. Urg. We are going to grab the Firekeeper Soul from New Londo Ruins. Now this will buff up our Estus Flask a bit to +1, which makes it heal much more health than it used to. So let's go ahead and go down this elevator. This game has a lot of really large elevators. Huh. Okay, now I'm going to go show you a special trick. If you step on the plate and then run off, the elevator will go up without you having to do anything, which is great for suicide runs because it means you won't have to wait for it to go back up. So we're just going to go ahead and run through this door. There are some items in that pot there that let us attack and block the enemies that we're about to run through, but we won't use them because, well, we're just going to be running through them anyway. As you can see, this area is mostly flooded, which makes it kind of hard to see the path we're about to go walk on. But, well, you also have to be wary of the ghosts. So that is a ghost. Their attacks can go through walls, they can go through walls. And, well, there's our Firekeeper Soul. So we're not even going to bother trying to fight these guys, we're just going to go ahead and drown ourselves. So now we have a Firekeeper Soul. And, yeah. So now we are back here. And I believe we're going to continue to explore Firelink a bit. There are 2 or 3 good items you can grab here that will definitely help later. So, you can go ahead and run up here, and nothing back this way, so you can run down this little hallway here, side passage, and you can grab some fire bombs. Basically like the fireball pyromancy, except it's an item that can be thrown. And, there's nothing else up here, so I'm just gonna run back down and go explore a bit over here. So as you can see, there's nothing really. The chests back there contain quest items that you may or may not have accidentally sold. so you don't need to worry about those too much. And now that we're up here, there's a little balcony area of the little water-filled pit. Yeah, so there's an item over there. It's a soul item. You can consume these items to gain some extra souls. We're going to use those later, but for now, just hold on to them because we're going on suicide runs. You don't want to use a soul item, get souls, and then lose them. So here we go. This begins segment 2. Boop. Yeah. So I had to take 2 separate recordings. I was running out of time on my first one. So this is part 2. It shouldn't be that much difference. Don't worry about it too much. We're going to explore the catacombs a bit. So we're going to grab a few soul items, shields, stuff like that. So I already grabbed that one another run earlier. Part of the reason I stopped the recording is because I kept failing on suicide runs to go down here. Yeah. Anyway, here's the binoculars. It's probably not wise to pick them as a starting gift because you can get them this early. And there we go. Giant skeletons kill you in 2 hits. So yeah, you should be wary of those guys. And here we go. So let's get moving. And this is me looking for a gesture that I don't have. We're about to go on the Great Scythe run. Yeah. Completely forgot about it last time. Consider this the grand finale of all my suicide runs. I had to do a lot of editing on this one because it's a fairly long suicide run, but the item is completely and totally worth it. It has been proven to be the best dex weapon in the entire game. You might be saying, well, but we're focusing on strength, aren't we? Well, not entirely actually, we're focusing on elemental damage. So for now, before we get 24 strength to use the Zweihander, we will be using the Great Scythe. I'll show you more about it later once we get there. But for now, just go ahead and run down these stairs, which lead us directly into the actual catacombs. So, here we go. This is full of respawning skeletons, which means if you kill them, they're still there. Well, if you kill them, after a bit they respawn. Unless you kill the necromancer of the area, but we're not going to worry about that since we're not probably going to kill any skeletons anyway. So, go ahead and run down this hole. There's a necromancer there. Very hard to kill when he shoots fireballs. So while you're pushing this lever, you are invincible to most attack, to everything. So yeah, that also happens when you're doing a backstab or a parry animation. Any animation that leaves you helpless to dodge or anything makes you pretty much invincible to any attacks. And that was me editing out another failed suicide run, where I just went in there and got mobbed. So that's what the skeletons do best, is they just surround you and make you not able to get away from them. So let's just run back down there, and we'll get started on the next section. So we pulled the lever that opened a door. I'll show you that. And that lets us access the next area. So that area will lead to another bridge, which you have to push a lever to rotate, and so on and so forth. It's very long, very complicated, and almost requires many runs. And that was a skeleton falling off a cliff. They do that a lot for some reason. I keep getting souls. Yeah. Just gonna go ahead and run down here. And as you can see, the door that was against that wall earlier is now open. So, run down there and dodge these skeletons and that necromancer. Yeah, that was some extreme skills there. I am pro dodge. There's the necromancer. So just try to get away from the skeletons. And that was where I died last time. The necromancer kept fireballing me. So go ahead and make a quick left, and then make a fast right, and here we are. Oh, lag. So we run down this corridor, and be careful of the statues. Pretty much all of them can stab you. Those little floating heads explode, as you just heard. It does a lot of physical damage, but it's only physical, meaning it can be entirely blocked. So that rotates the bridge that you saw had spikes up, so we can now walk on it. Run down here, and there's some items. They stole a Proud Knight, and if you saw through the gap, there was an NPC there. His name is Trusty Patches. He's going to help us later, even though he's supposed to hurt us. So, we're almost there. Just another run or two. Actually, I'm pretty sure just one. If I had been watching my health here, I would have realized I am almost dead, and one more hit will kill me. So these guys kill me in one hit. Now, if you see the stairs to the left, we're going to try to jump onto those stairs, and that leads us to a group of 3 ledges where we can jump down and grab the Great Scythe. Finally. That was another failed suicide run, in case you're wondering why I'm not wearing a hat anymore. I took it off to see if it would make me go any faster, and it didn't. So we're just going to go ahead and put that hat back on. And some gloves too. So we can still fast roll, and we're a little bit more protected now. So let's go ahead and run back down all the way again. Now I probably could have cut these parts out too, but, well, now the way will be engraved into your mind. At least you didn't have to watch me run all the way down here and then just get mobbed by skeletons and instantly die. So yeah, be thankful for that, even if the editing sucks. So, here we are. We are pretty much almost there. So just go ahead and follow the path that you've been following for the past couple episodes, for the past couple runs. Run down here. I like to run over skeletons. It just makes me feel good. You know, I get to kill some of the skeletons at least, right? Yeah. And this is where we got mobbed last time. It's important to conserve your stamina. It's very important. So, you never want to run out of stamina. Ever. It means you can't dodge, it means you can't block, it means you can't attack. So, you'll notice me getting off a lot of timely dodges. That'd probably be a little harder for you guys to do, but with practice you could probably manage it. So go ahead and run across this bridge and jump onto the stairs. And that was really lucky. So we're going to go ahead and make a right. Run down this little hallway here and come out on the level below. So we're going to walk up to this bridge, and Trusty Patches is supposed to flip it while we're on it and make us fall off. But he instead flipped it while we were off it and made it possible for us to walk on it. So just go ahead and go on those ledges and grab the Great Scythe. So, that is the end of all of our suicide runs, finally. That took forever. So, bye. And, yeah. I have no idea where the 1,000 souls just came from, but... oh well. So, and here we are. Back at Firelink, and we are almost ready to go the right way. So first, as you can see, we need 14 strength and 14 dex to use this weapon. So we are now going to use those soul items we've been acquiring. And seeing that Firekeeper soul reminds me, I never actually turned that in yet. I keep forgetting. Oh well. So you just go talk to her. Reinforced Estus Flask, yes, and now it is +1. Yay. So, let's go ahead and run back up and use those soul items we've had for so long. Just start with this. It's a later game soul item, gives us 2,000 souls. Let's go ahead and get our strength up to 14 and our dex up to 13. You may notice the more we level up, the more souls we need to level up. Yeah, this is a just in-game mechanic. So it keeps you from leveling up repeatedly at higher levels, so you should use the levels you have now for leveling up stats that you would not want to level up later. As you can see, all those soul items is only good for one level. So now we are going to get on our PvE gear and get ready to go fight some mobs. So mostly knight armor, but as you remember, the knight leggings are much worse. So we're also going to equip this because it has more stability and the fire resistance isn't that much worse. So we can still roll. That's Great Scythe's main attack. I'll show you more about that in the next video for sure. And, well, bye. Hope you enjoyed the video.